Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Natasha. Welcome to episode 46. I'm going to show you this week what I've managed to get up to, apart from the ones that I'll show you on Wednesday, of course. Now, I have had quite a busy week. As you know, last week I went away for the weekend, so I did my video a little earlier so that you could still have it on the Monday morning. And today is Sunday and I am recording this so that you can see everything on Monday again, as I usually do, because our internet is extremely slow and it takes about 3 or 4 hours to upload about a half an hour video. So I always do it the night before so that it's all done and dusted. Otherwise you could not even see this until the Monday evening, and I like to have it out in the mornings so that it gives it a chance for everyone to have a look and see what you think. Anyway, I have got some finished objects for you today, and I've also got something new. I'll explain about that in a little while. Now then, let's start with the baby blanket. As you know from last week, and I also posted this on the community post because I took it away with me when I went on my little weekend break away. And this one is the baby blanket that I was making in James C. Brett Marble Rainy Days. DK, marble DK, and the colourway is Rainy Days. And this is one entire ball. And I worked, help if it was the right way up, wouldn't it? Sorry about that. Yes, that's right. So I worked from the stitch marker to the end whilst I was away, and my aim was to finish the ball. I didn't take another one with me because I also took the elephant away with me as well, to see if I could do some stuff on there when I was just in our little bungalow, just chilling whilst the kids are at the park and such forth. So this is one entire ball, and I'm really pleased with it so far. I love how the colourway works out, and I love how there isn't any colour shifts in this length. And I have done 100, I'm sure it was 103 because it was 102 plus 1, I think. Anyway, it's multiples of 3. So if you want to do the same sort of blanket, then as long as you get your desired length by doing multiples of 3 and then adding 1 on the end, then it works out really well. And as you can see, I've got the second ball on, ready to start again this week coming. So I just wanted to show you that. So I've done some quite a few rows on there to get that finished. So that was one of my goals that I wanted to achieve whilst I was away, and I managed it. And then, as I mentioned about the elephant is a completed object now, finished object, and here he is. This is a Jess Huff pattern, and I've never ever done one of her patterns before, and although it's a free pattern, so I'm okay to speak about it, and there's some things that I've never done before, so it has been challenging, although it is quite a simple pattern compared to what I have been doing, obviously, when I've been doing the patterns for the school, which I've mentioned quite periodically. It's very, I liked the way the trunk was constructed, where you had to push it in a little bit and keep it pushed in and still manage to do it and then not fill it too much. so that it pushed the end out. And it has been said that I was told the other day that an elephant that has its trunk up is good luck. So that's an old wives' tale that I'm quite happy to hear about. The eyes I've embroidered using the tutorial that Cassandra over at Craftedly Ever After has got. And for me, I do love it and I love the effect, but the first one always works up really well, which was this one over here, and then the second one always takes practice, and I've had to chop it out several times because it just didn't look right. So I've gone with that now, and it's all right. It looks very much the same, so I'm not going to grumble. But I'm going to have a look for a few more, I think, because I'd like to learn some different techniques, because not always do these sort of eyes suit everything. I don't think so. I'm going to have a look, because a lot of my things are done for safety, obviously. I like using safety eyes, but I don't know whether children will play with them, so I do opt for these eyes quite often. And this is a pretty much a no-sew pattern. All of her patterns are the same, and you basically do the ears. This was a new thing to me. When you do the magic ring, you do X amount. I think it was three of each colour. And then you just alternate colours, so you do three of the grey and 3 of the blue, and so then you're making a circle which is literally half and half, and then you fold it in half, and then you single crochet up the outside to seal it up, and then you bend it over, and then crochet it shut. And then when it comes to actually attaching it to the head, when the pattern tells you, you just literally single crochet it to it and then carry on through the back of the head. And the pattern is worked from trunk to the back of the head. And then much the same as the arms. Then I did the head first, as I showed you before, and then I did the arms and the legs, mainly because I don't like arms and legs. And I think, oh God, arms and legs. So I try and get them done as quick as I can and ready, so that I can get the awful bit, no matter even if it's a lovely pattern, I still call them the awful bit, finished before I move on, so then it's easy. Even if it's not a no-sew pattern, I can just sew them on when I need to. But with this, the way it's constructed, then you just you do a certain amount of rounds, and then you attach the legs, and then you carry on going, and then you get to where the arms need to be attached, and then you literally sew the head on. And that is literally the only bit that you do sew on. So it was a very nice pattern. I've only wanted to throw it out the window a few times, but it's just the awkwardness of it, I think, and the reason why I like to do the arms and legs first is because I always find that, which really does annoy me, that one always ends up bigger than the other, and a lot of people are going to say the same, I'm sure, because it can't just be me. Even if I do them one after the other rather than one today and one tomorrow, for argument's sake, it's still very much annoying. So I try just to kind of get over it and try and just get it done and not worry about it too much, but that's just me. And then the tail is the other thing which I forgot about, and that one is just sewn on as well. That isn't actually included in the no sew bit, but it's very, very minimal sewing on. So if you are someone that doesn't like to sew bits on, then the Jess Huff patterns would be for you. And she has lots and lots of technique videos to watch that are only literally a couple of minutes, so that you can get to grips with what you need to do. And I have, although I know most of the stitches and I know how to do it, I've actually visited them and done it her way, because one, it's her pattern, and two, it's always nice to take other views on how to do things, and then you can always adapt other patterns with your knowledge of how to do it differently. So it's not been a disappointment, and it's not been a disaster either. So he will be ready to go to his new home once the baby blanket has been completed. So I'm going to try my best to get that done as soon as I can, and then I can gift them. So that is the elephant from Jess Huff, and I will link the pattern in the description box below, so that if you want to go along and have a look, because it is a free pattern, then of course you can. Now I now have got the donut of the week that Sally from Nanny Moon's Crochet is running a cow for the donut book, which I'm sure you've seen before, but I'll show you in a minute. And she draws one a week, and here it is. She draws one a week at random from her bag that she beautifully made herself, and she picks out one of the items from here at random to crochet every week. And this week it was the tiger, and next week tomorrow, no, later on today, sorry, because this is Sunday, isn't it? Mondays she also does her episode videos as well, the same as me. So if you go along to her channel when you see it up, then you will know what the next donut will be. So we're working through this book, and we have done plenty of them already, and it soon mounts up. Mine are over here. Hold on a minute, I'll just grab them because they're on the shelf. Hello. It was only seconds, but I didn't want to be out of sight. Now, I'm not sure if these are in order or not, because I'm not very organised when it comes to writing things down, but I am learning some things from Sally, and I am generally gradually getting into the swing of actually writing things down and getting it all so that my life's a bit more in order of all the videos and all the cows that we have to do now, because there are quite a lot. But this was my first one, which has got really horrible, disgusting eyes, but we're not going to think about that. It's because of the yarn that I used that I didn't think that the eyes would be seen very well, and so I tried to do it the other way around, and it didn't really work, but never mind. This was the rhino for the first week. Now I'm hoping that I've got this in order, but if I haven't, oh well, not to worry. And then we have the chameleon, and I quite like this pattern. The only thing I didn't do actually was put the other legs on the other side, because I didn't realise you had to do two back legs and two front legs, and instead I just did two legs. But it doesn't matter, does it? Of course. And so that was the second one that we did. And then it's a test of my memory. Then we had the rabbit. I'm sure it was the rabbit. Of which case this one was fine as well, and I wanted to do a white rabbit because I didn't want to do a pink one, which was in the book. And then we had the hamster, which is my favourite so far. I love this one, even though I was dreading it and I did the icing differently, but it's still meant to look the same because I added this bit separately instead of doing the colourway bit where you did this bit first and then that bit first. It is my favourite one. Isn't that so cute? And then we got the, oh no, we haven't. Yes, we have. We've got the unicorn. I didn't put a lot of colourful hair because I didn't want an awful lot, but I liked this one as well. It was a joy to do. I enjoyed the colour work, and I made sure that the horn was a little bit longer just so that I could incorporate a little bit more colour. And then we had the star. Now, don't get me wrong, I love doing the star, but I used elements from Yorkshire Spinners, and it was just the yarn that was really awful to use for it, and so it made my it was rather like the icing was rather short and everything because it just worked up so small, and so it looked like my star was a bit kind of not done properly, or just a bit lopsided, just weird. But he looks happy enough, doesn't he? He looks happy enough, and he's done and he's sorted, so it doesn't really matter. And then last of all, it's the tiger, and this is the one that I need to show you. Isn't he fabulous? I like him too very much, but I do think that the hamster is my absolute favourite so far. But there was nothing wrong with this one, and I loved doing it, and it was all wonderful. And I managed to do the markings in black cotton as well as the nose and the eyes. And then what I used for the donut was gingerbread, and then the stuffing, the icing, I used a colour that was a new fashion colour, and I got it some years ago when our local yarn shop about 5 miles away was stocking new fashion. Now they stock Stylecraft instead, but it was a lovely colour, and I was looking originally for a foxy colour, and I just thought that I would use this because it's really nice, and I didn't really want to use orange. I was desperate to use this colour, and so that's what I did. And this is the tiger. So if you want to join in, then go along to Sally's channel, because she, at Nana Moon's Crochet, because she will be able to let you know what's going on with it. And if you want to join in, that's fine. And if you want to send her some photos of what you've been doing, then you can do that on her channel as well. Just the same as if you want to show myself anything that you've been doing, then I will leave my email address in the description box below, and then you can do the same with me. So it's up to you, and not just for the 3D cow squares, which is the cow that I'm doing on this channel, but anything that you've been working on. I would love to see it so that I can get some inspiration by everything that you enjoy doing, as well as watching me and see what I've been up to as well. So that is something that you can do if you want to. And next I have got something new that I said to you at the beginning, and that is because I have joined the Cal. Now I've got it written down, so I should look down for a moment. But Coco's Crochet has got a Crochet Through the Decades Cal 2024 running, and it's running for the next 4 months. And this month, it runs all month long and for the next 4 months. And this month it was for anything to do with the 1950s. And then next month it'll be 1960s. The month after will be 1970s. And then the last month, which will be November, will be the 1980s. So I chose for the 1950s to do a robot. And that is because the tin toy robot came out in 1951 after the movie called The Day the Earth Stood Still was released, and soon after that robot toys became increasingly popular. So I thought, why not? I've been wanting to make a robot for quite some time, and I also featured a robot in one of my Free Pattern Fridays as well, and I wanted to make sure that I could find a pattern that was lovely and easy, and also something that would work up quite quickly so that I could join in with the Cal for this month. And I managed to find a free pattern, and the pattern that I've used was from Amy Twin Design, and here he is. And it's literally taken me 2 days to make. I have been quite stressed out with this pattern. It was a lovely pattern to follow. All the instructions were really, really clear, but slip stitches are not my friend. Literally, they are not my friend at all. And ever so often you have to slip stitch a row, and then you have to single crochet back into the slip stitches afterwards. And gosh, it hurt my hands, it gave me a blister on my finger, and oh, it was awful. But the pattern was fine in the end. I like the way it works up, even though I have a little moan about it. It's only because it's so difficult to crochet into slip stitches. And even though my stitch count stayed the same, it was wider at the bottom of the strip than it was at the top of the strip by the time I got there. And I'm sure it was the slip stitches that actually dragged it in. And as much as I pulled it to try and loosen it a bit, it was quite awkward. But in the end, it's still squared off, because I was worried that because these parts here are all sewn on separately, made and sewn on separately, I was worried because it wasn't that square. I was worried that it wouldn't actually match up, but I think I've done quite a good job, considering it's the first time I've ever made one. And it was just something that I felt that I had to do rather quickly, even though we've got a month on this Cal to do. Obviously I've got lots of other things to do as well, so the quicker it was, the better. So I spent all of Friday and all of Saturday, both nights into the early hours, trying to get him sorted and done. And although it's the pattern stated to do some surface slip stitches across, it was rather tight. So all I've done was some little lines just with an embroidery needle and some yarn, just to make it look like there was a little bit of design there. There was a bit that goes down there, but I chose not to put that in, and I'm still undecided whether to put a panel there or not, with a bit more in, but I think he looks all right by himself, and I think it was absolutely fine. So I'm going to send a photo over to Litsa at Coco's Crochet as my entry for the 1950s. And I will put all the details of the CAL in the description box below, so that if you want to join in, there's still enough time. And then I can actually make sure that you've got all the details, and then you can just go over to her channel and she'll be able to explain more about it for you. So this was my little bit of extra, but at least I've managed to get something else finished. I've done quite well this week. So now the only thing left for me to do is to show you the squares for this week, and that is my, oh, hold on a minute, I've got the information written down here, I didn't add it, and that is my CAL, which is the 3D Granny Square CAL, and that is from this book here, and I always seem to forget to put the hashtag in, but the hashtag for my CAL is Hooks and Stitches 3D CAL 2024, and so I will endeavour to remember to actually put it into my into the description box below, and then you'll be able to click on and see all the rest of them if you want to. But this week I pull out 2 every week from this book, because of the fact there is 100. I didn't want to be doing it for a couple of years, so I have been doing 2 a week so that we can get it done in double the time, and then I can move on to doing something else afterwards. And this week I pulled out the turtle and the flamingo, which the, hang on a minute, oh, the flamingo was on page 52, and this one was mine. Let me just put the book down a second, show you it in all its glory. Now, I found this quite easy actually, and it was fine. As much as we chat a lot on video, Sally and I, and do them together if we need to, this one was quite straightforward, and I managed to do it on my own without any advice or anything, so it worked out very well. And that is the flamingo square. And then we have the turtle square, which I will show you in the book. Just got to move the marker. Oh, my pages are stuck. Come on. Oh, come on. There it is. And this was the turtle square. And let me put it down again. This is my turtle. There's his eyes, although he does look quite evil in that expression, doesn't he? Oh, excuse me, hiccups. I enjoyed doing this one as well. The one thing about this Cal is that you come across things sometimes that you haven't done before. And even though I class myself as an experienced crocheter because of the things that I have made on my channel, there is always things that you come across that you've not actually known, and you've known about it but never actually used yourself. So it's really good to be able to gain confidence just by doing squares and things, which is why I wanted to do them, because it just means that you're broadening your what's the word? Knowledge of each and every different thing by doing each and every different square. And I just find that it's really easy. Oh, dearie me. It's really easy when you know how, and to be able to learn new skills is something that is valuable when you are able to become a more experienced crocheter. And if you can push your skills towards more advanced amigurumi in the end, that's what you need to do. And you know, that's how you can gain further knowledge of that, as you know, in that as well. And the only thing that I would say is, because I am quite experienced and there is quite a lot that I know about, sometimes even with patterns, things are explained differently that you don't always realise because it's said in a different way. And that's what I like to chat to Sally about, because at the end of the day, we're not, you know, when it's different ways of having a pattern explained, you get to know different ways of doing it, even though it's the same stitch, for argument's sake. So that was one thing that was really good, to have someone to chat to whilst you're busying away and just sitting there, and it saves sitting there by yourself. By ourselves when we're bow crocheting, it's much nicer, especially being miles and miles apart. Right, enough waffling from me. I am going to draw the next 3D granny squares, so then you can be expecting to see the next ones next week. So, oh, some of them are falling out. I'll have to pick them up later. Now, we have the raspberry on page 29. Oh, there's some that's bunched up here. Try and rub them free. And the unicorn on page 98. So let's go and have a look. Let me just bend down and pick up these ones that I've dropped. Hello again, I'm back. Right. I have drawn the raspberry, page 29. So I'm going to move my marker to page 29. I should imagine this one's going to take quite a while because of all those puff stitches. But that is the raspberry on page 29. And then we have got page 98, which is the unicorn. So I'm just going to move the other marker. I like these little markers because they are there. You can buy paper ones, but these are slightly like plasticky, and they re-stick, so they are reusable. So you can keep moving them without them having to be wasted all the time. So page 98. Oh, it's the unicorn. Yes, I remember seeing this one. Right, hold on a moment. Let me put the marker there. And that is the unicorn. Very pretty. So, that's what I'm going to be working on this week. And then it'll be nice to watch Sally's video later on to find out what the donut of the week is going to be as well. So I have kept you long enough and I'm going to go. So please like and subscribe. I am literally only 10 subscribers away from my little mini target that I set myself, my little milestone. Because I have got 590 now, and after 500 I was looking to see how long it would take me to get 600. So I am creeping up, and that's the way I like it. So do like and subscribe, share my channel, talk to your friends and see if they have seen my videos, and just spread the love for my little corner of YouTube that I call my own. And I will see you again for Wake Up the Whips on Wednesday. So take care, everyone. Love to you all. Take care. See you soon. Bye.